Hello everybody, thanks for joining me, Chris, here with Game Gumshoes. We're getting ready for International Tabletop Game Day on the 30th with all the guys over at Rock and Rooster. Got the love on their shirt there. Today's game I want to cover is called Munchkin Apocalypse. Steve Jackson Games. It's just another one of the new Munchkin ones, Munchkin games. If you're familiar with Munchkin, it's a fun, backstabbing, be vile to your friends kind of game. Very fun if you've got the right crowd. This one is 3 to 6 players. I always recommend more players when you're playing Munchkin, just because it gives you a little more variety. Also, 10 and up is the age limit. There are several things I want to cover. First thing is the components. The main thing I like about this game is the box. The new compartmentalized areas on the boxes are good because it makes sure you don't have to keep reshuffling all your cards and separating them and all that fun stuff. The meat lockers and other card boxes they've been releasing are good, but a full set does not even come close. I mean, you could put probably a good 3 to 4 sets, like the box sets, into one of the little card boxes, and it's just a waste of space unless you plan on keeping every single set you own in those boxes, especially if you separate them out into doors and treasures the way they're supposed to be. The cards are pretty much standard for Steve Jackson and Munchkin, except these have the specialized backs on them. This is your door card. This is a treasure card. What that means, oh yeah, and here's your seal card. Note the seal on the 7 seals and signs of the apocalypse. With them being specialized cards, yeah, you can mix them in with your regular Munchkin cards and play that way, but you're going to see it coming. You're going to know that, oh my god, this is an apocalypse card. It's going to suck. You don't often hear me give a bad review of a game, but as of late I've been kind of disappointed with some of the stuff that's been coming out. Munchkin Apocalypse is something that I find incredibly difficult. But we'll discuss that here in a minute. The other component is the die. As you can see, it's orange and green. It has the little Munchkin head in the middle of it. Nice little touch. But you could go out and buy the specialized jumbo D6, which are really cool too. Now, for the overall review, let's go ahead and cover some of the basics. In the regular Munchkins, you have classes, races, depending on which set you're using. This one, its classes are Militia, a Blogger, a Kid, a Scientist, and of course, what every Munchkin set needs, a Super Munchkin, so you can have more than one class. Obviously, as is standard for Munchkin, if you're not familiar with Munchkin, this will be new to you, but whatever sex you start off with is the sex that you start off with, and there are cards that can change what gender you are. Next we'll cover some of the door cards that I've found really interesting. So they like to throw in little insides and puns and things like that give us nerds, geeks, what have you, a reference to the outside world or to our own inside world that most people don't really know about. One of their monsters is Lady Tata, obviously a parody of Lady Gaga. The 4 horsies of the apocalypse, as you can see, they look like My Little Ponies, or the 4 horses of the apocalypse from the Robot Chicken episode. Most everybody loves a little H.P. Lovecraft, so here's your little Cthulhu card for this one. And For your Dungeons & Dragons players, here's Tiamat. Yes, the most vile, evil monster. Now, you also have treasures. Now, everybody wants to get treasures so they can either buy their levels, because you can pay 1,000 gold, or have $1,000 or 1,000 gold worth of items and trade them in for a level, or you can actually use these out and play them. Now, I am really disappointed with the treasures in this. As you can see, I only found 4 that are worth mentioning. I like the army surplus to get that extra arm, so you can hold 1 extra item. Then there are the MREs, meals rejected by everyone. And, you know, you've got to be able to defend yourself during the apocalypse, so it's always good to have a little pepper spray. But if that's not good enough and you need extra bonuses, go with a little salt spray. Yes, and the cleverness behind salt and pepper spray is about as good as it gets, honestly. They've done much better in the past. But when you've made this many sets and this many additions and what have you, you're bound to run thin on the puns. Now, the whole object of Munchkin is to get to 10th level. There are rules in this to where you can play to 20th level. And it's kind of understandable considering the level of the monsters. The only problem is, it's very difficult to even get to 10. We played it once, and it took like 2.5 hours when we finally gave up on it. We tried playing it a couple other times, we were just like, no. This game is broken, it needs to be fixed. Now, you can end the game sooner, because everybody knows once the 7th seal is broken, the apocalypse happens, end of game, nobody wins. So, the seals, you gotta think, what could be a sign of the end of the world? Could it be that Congress is in session? Could it be that there's a beer shortage? Could it be that someone's occupying Doomsday? Could it be a skull of hard knocks? Could be here they come again. Is history repeating itself? It was just lying there, honestly. Uh-oh. A peanut butter shortage. We all know that that's a disaster. A chance to flee for your lives. Monsters that just won't die. You gotta have firewalls. Or Doom, which causes you to open another seal. You don't want Doom, because basically, if you flip this, you flip 2 seals. Now, you can you flip seals when a card tells you to. So like Disaster Zoo Breakout, it tells you to open a seal down here at the bottom. But you can counter these cards with cards like Safety Dance, which allows you to automatically counter it. Now, there are other cards in the decks that allow you to, close a seal and, basically prolong the game to make it more painful. Now, like I said before, with Munchkin, it's a lot of cutthroat, backstabbing. You really want to, get to the core of your friends and, be, trading cards, offering stuff to each other. I'll give you this amount of treasure if you'll help me defeat this, while your other friend, is throwing in something to make the monster even harder to get you. The only problem is, there are monsters as evil as the Basket of Ferns. Now, the Basket of Ferns, as you can see, is only a level 1. But when you read the text, it says it lurks, waiting. You automatically lose a level if no one will help you. Now, if you can imagine being on the first level and running, and you've got a weapon out. You've got, let's see, you have the 50 caliber gun. It's a +5 bonus. You could easily defeat the Fern all by your little lonesome. But no, the card says you have to get somebody to help you. And it's only worth 1 treasure. Just 1. So, I mean, seriously, are you going to give up a treasure just to not die because you ran across a fern. And on top of that, are your friends really going to want to help you defeat a level 1 fern for 1 treasure when in all reality they can sit back and laugh and mock you because you died at the hands of a plant? I don't think so. But as the game progresses, there aren't a lot of low-level monsters that we ran across. I mean, even Lady Tata is a level 12. That's how many monsters and door cards you get to go through. There's poodles. There's level 6. There's another level 1. There's level 4. So there are some smalls, but most everything is level 12 and up, which makes it really difficult to defeat anything. I'd almost have to say, if you're going to play this game, you need to play it cooperatively against the seals. No one's getting out of this alive if you don't work together on this game. But that's what I've got to say about Munchkin Apocalypse. You can choose whether or not to buy it, try it, what have you. I may have it with me at the International Tabletop Game Day. So if you want to stop by, try it out, it'll be there for you. We're also going to have other games. So thank you for joining us.